morning, you guys. It is another installment of the Cam Report. Today is a big one. Today I'm going to the NFL and top 5 wide receivers of the NFL, guys. I'm going to go ahead and read the names off to you. This is their list, and I'm going to show you my list and why I decided to make my list different than theirs. All right, so here's their list. Number 5, Tyreek Hill. Number 4, OBJ. Odell Beckham Jr., if you don't know. Number 3, DeAndre Hopkins. Number 2, Michael Thomas. And number 1, Julio Jones. All right, so I'm going to tell you off top, the only person that I didn't change his position was Julio Jones, because Julio Jones is just an all-out beast. He's my number 1 regardless. So to me, that's the only one that they got right as far as being number 1. So they got the number 1 right, which is good. I'm going to tell you who number 2 and number 3 should be. So here's what I have. I have number 5, Tyreek Hill. He stayed the same. Number 4, I have Mike Thomas. Mike Thomas was 2 in theirs, and I adjusted it because Mike Thomas is not better than, you know what? I'll tell you in just a minute. Number 3, Odell Beckham Jr. Number 2, DeAndre Hopkins. Number 1, Julio. Didn't change. All right, so I'm going to tell you right now, they had Michael Thomas right behind Julio Jones at number 2 on the top 5 wide receiver list in the NFL. I'm going to tell you why that's not true. Michael Thomas, here are his stats right here. 470 catches, 5,512 yards, 32 touchdowns. He's been in the league for 5 years. I replaced him with DeAndre Hopkins at number 2 because DeAndre Hopkins has 632 receptions. That's 200 more than Michael Thomas has. He has 8,602 yards in his career and 54 touchdowns compared to Michael Thomas's 32 touchdowns. DeAndre Hopkins has been in the league 2 years more than Michael Thomas has been in the league, but we're talking about top 5 wide receivers right now. So how they got Michael Thomas behind Julio Jones as far as the current top 5 wide receivers, I'll never understand. All right, so let's move on. I got Odell Beckham Jr. at number 3 because he has 464 receptions, 6,511 yards, 48 touchdowns, and he's been in the league for 6 years. Okay, so now it's Julio at number 1. Number 2 is DeAndre Hopkins, and number 3 is Odell Beckham Jr. To me, this is the top 3 of the league. Julio Jones, DeAndre Hopkins at number 2, OBJ at number 3. I'm going specifically off the numbers. $500,000 watch on the field, even though that was really, really goatish. And if it was based off that, then Odell Beckham would definitely be my number 1 on this list, strictly off of yards, strictly off of career receptions, strictly off of career yardage, strictly off of the amount of time that they've been in the league. So out of the top 5 wide receivers in the league, he is number 4 behind OBJ, DeAndre Hopkins, and Julio Jones. I had Tyreek Hill stay the same in number 5 because Tyreek Hill didn't really move a lot because he's not better than, even though he does have a ring, he's not better than OBJ, DeAndre Hopkins, Michael Thomas, or Julio Jones. I don't see Julio Jones going anywhere anytime soon. The guy's been in the league for 9 years. He's got over 12,000 yards. I just don't see anybody catching up to him anytime soon. Maybe somebody comes in and maybe some years from now and does better than him. But as far as right now, Julio Jones is the best wide receiver in the league. My top 5 is Tyreek Hill at number 5. Number 4, Mike Thomas. Number 3, Odell Beckham Jr. Number 2, DeAndre Hopkins. And number 1, Julio. In comparison to the NFL's top 5, which was number 5, Tyreek Hill, number 4, OBJ, number 3, DeAndre Hopkins, number 2, Michael Thomas, and number 1, Julio Jones. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe, leave a like. See you next time.